Men, I know the first time you think about cooking for yourself is when you're starving. And because of that, you end up falling into the same patterns, using the microwave, eating processed foods that are full of preservatives, or cooking those same old three things you know you can make. I'm about to change all of that for you. I'm going to give you easy, healthy recipes that you can make for yourself in 14 minutes or less with minimal cleanup. I'll even demystify parts of the kitchen that you may not be so sure how to use. More than survive, I'm going to show you how to thrive in the kitchen. Are you ready? Let's do this.
I'm going to show you boys how to make the most delicious shrimp scampi in the universe. Girls love fish and shrimp. It makes us feel light and healthy. And this one's super easy to make, but it looks kind of complicated and pretty. So we're going to start by putting 2 ancient grains on the stovetop. Riceland rice, which is a parboiled rice. You could also use a long grain white rice. And we're also going to add in a little bit of red quinoa. And what makes that kind of fun is that you have these 2 ancient grains. And you have a little red and a little white. It looks so pretty. And, you know, girls like pretty things. So this is a good dish to make for your favorite woman. Now I'm using this red quinoa along with my favorite rice, which is Riceland rice. And I've met so many of these awesome Riceland farmers. They own the company as well as grow the rice. So they really care about the land. I love that it's made in America and it's nutritious and sustainable. So I love just knowing where my food comes from. And that's why I love this rice. So we're mixing it in with quinoa, white rice. We're putting 4 cups of water in there. We're going to bring it to a boil, then lower it to a simmer and just cover it and let it cook. We're going to get our shrimp going underneath that. So I'm heating my cast iron skillet. To that, I'm going to add half a stick of butter, which is 4 tablespoons, and let that melt and sizzle. While that happens, I'm going to get my garlic and my diced onion going. Fun little trick to peel garlic is you get a little garlic peeler, toss it in, give it a nice rub, and all that skin just comes right off really easily. You can peel it by hand, but this is a fun little shortcut when you're a busy guy after work. You don't have time to peel garlic. Who has time to peel garlic? Just rub that one off. Turn this down. You don't want to bubble too much. It's nice to get a nice brown butter going. You don't need a black butter. Okay. Got our garlic skins off. I'm going to chop this garlic. Just a rough chop, nothing fancy. It's going to taste so good. I'm using about 4 or 5 cloves. If you like the taste of garlic, go wild with it. I added 6, 7 cloves. Put a whole head in. Now let's get an onion going. Cut off the ends. Peel off that outer skin. Our butter is bubbling nicely. Make sure you keep it low so the butter doesn't burn. Let's give this onion a quick dice. Just 2 slices sideways, 2 slices on the top. Dice, dice, dice. So you have a nice dice going here. We're going to throw this all into our butter that has been browning. It smells magical. Your kitchen's going to smell like you've been slaving away for hours. It's only taking us about 10 to 15 minutes. Get that going. Give it a quick stir. Oh, it smells so good. Give it a quick dose of salt. Okay. Now we're going to let those sweat out for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then we're going to add our shrimp. Our onion and garlic has been sweating and sauteing. It's translucent and softened. Now we're going to toss in our shrimp. I have a pound of shrimp here. It's been deveined and thawed. You can buy it that way in the grocery store super easily, and usually in the frozen section. I've strained it. And now I'm just going to drop it in. And it's going to cook pretty quickly, about 2 to 3 minutes on each side total. And you'll be able to tell because the shrimp will start to tighten and they'll get red. Right now they're sort of a clear or bluish color or grayish color. The smaller the shrimp, the faster they're going to cook, so just keep an eye on it. You don't want to overcook them because then they get kind of tough and rubbery. It's only going to take us about 5 minutes tops to cook these babies. So get your medium-high heat going. Toss it well. Okay, we're going to let those cook. While that happens, we're going to get our lemons ready. Cut your lemons in half. I'm getting 2 whole lemons here. And we have our crushed cayenne pepper, just for a little kick. We all need a little heat. It's going to be a delicious dinner. A little spice in our night. A little bit more salt. A little bit more pepper. Now I'm going to add half a cup of white wine. That's going to reduce in the bottom of this pan. And as the alcohol burns off, it's going to get a little bit sweet. All right, let's get a little lemon juice going. You can run it through your fingers so you catch any seeds that fall in. It's a little quick shortcut. You can't go wrong with lemon juice. That acidity really balances out the butter. All right, I'm going to let this continue to reduce. They're almost done. They're starting to get really red and sort of an orange color. There's a few that are still gray, so we're going to let it simmer. While it does, I'm going to get our fresh herbs ready. There's nothing better than fresh herbs in a dish. I'm telling you, even the most simple, boring meal can be made to be delicious with fresh herbs. So I'm going to take some parsley, lay the branches out, and at an angle, take your knife blade and scrape off those leaves. You'll get a few stems. You can just cut them off easily. They'll mostly just have leaves to work with, and that way you can give them a really quick, rough chop. So we've got all of our parsley leaves here. I'm going to add some fresh basil as well. The smell of fresh basil is magical. There's probably nothing better in the kitchen. So I have some large basil leaves. You can get fresh herbs really easily in the produce section. Pull those off of their stems. Gather it all together. It seems like a lot of herbs, but trust me, it's going to make the dish taste fresh and magical. Okay, I've got this coarsely chopped mixture of fresh flat leaf parsley and basil. My mixture is reduced. It's smelling wonderful. I'm going to turn off my heat. I'm going to toss in those fresh herbs right before serving. Fold those in gently. And we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. It's going to thicken the sauce just slightly, add a little bit of saltiness and creaminess. We'll just start with a little bit, and then right before we serve, we will add another dose of fresh grated cheese, a little lemon juice. I'll show you in a sec. Our delicious shrimp mixture has reduced, and our quinoa and rice mixture is done. So I'm going to turn off the heat. All that liquid has been absorbed. We have these 2 beautiful ancient grains, that really fun, beautiful red and white combination. I'm just going to put a few spoonfuls in the bottom of a dish. Serve it up. And this is the kind of thing you could serve tableside off a skillet just like this, or make it look a little more fancy and impress someone with your serving and plating skills. Make sure you get some of this delicious juice from the bottom of the pan. Let's taste. And add a little bit more lemon juice, a little more Parmesan maybe. Kind of taste and season, see what feels good to you. So good. I'm telling you, if a guy were to make this for me, I'd be sold.